Check a 1, 2. Is this thing on? Is my tie straight? Good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day wherever and whenever you are. Whether you're watching this live or watching the recorded VOD later on. Welcome everyone to this, my first stream. I've already done 2 rehearsals during which my nerves almost got the better of me, but now we're here, it's the real thing. And the nervousness is so real. It really, really is. I have been sat here watching the time count down to 10 p.m. with that feeling in my chest like, oh no, here it comes. It's coming. It's close. So, anyway, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Cup, or Cup the Cat if you like. If it wasn't already obvious, I'm a puppet. It's a long story really, but maybe I'll tell you that story sometime. Not right now though. I've been on the espresso martinis this evening. Perhaps part of me thought that maybe it would take the edge off and help with the nerves somewhat. But I might have been wrong there. People always think, oh, I'll have a coffee, it'll pep me up. It'll fill me with energy, it'll get rid of the nerves, it'll help me out. And then you start riding that wave of energy all the way to the top. Only to realize it's actually a wave of anxiety. That's very much the case at the moment. So do bear with me if I do become tongue-tied or get a little bit choked up or just go silent for a moment. Then that's my excuse. I was originally going to be sober, but some other things happened, and I got an invitation that I couldn't refuse. So I've had what have I had so far? I've had 3 espresso martinis, a pint of beer. They say that you really shouldn't mix your drinks, but that's I mean, it is good advice, but not advice that I followed, obviously. And what else have I had? I've had, on top of that, way too much coffee. Far too much coffee, so I'm kind of all hyped up and dumbed down at the same time. It's not a very good mix. Oh. My eye's gone a little bit funny. Excuse me a moment, I'm just going to powder my nose. There we go. Much better. I really should have looked at myself in the mirror before starting, but there we go. Anyway, I suppose you'll just have to keep watching to learn more about me, because I haven't prepared one of those VTuber debut cards. I thought about it, but the more I looked at them, the less I knew what to write. I mean, I'm very much, I mean, from what I've said so far, you could probably tell that I'm a coffee lover. Coffee is life and all that. And, yes. One moment, I'm just setting something up a little bit. There we go. Well, I think the best course of action now would be to just jump into my first playthrough. I thought that I would start out with something I've wanted to do for a long, long time, but I haven't quite had the motivation. I'm just messing with the stream settings a moment because I want to make sure this reveal is nice. Let's uncover it, shall we? I've already tweeted this stream layout, but now you get to see it live for the first time. Here it comes. Oh, careful now. Oh, and there's another me under the curtain. So, I'm going to be playing Pokemon Red. Let's switch out this BGM. Can you tell what this BGM is, by the way? What the background music is? I'm a big Sonic fan. I will be playing it at some point. Perhaps for tomorrow morning's stream or tomorrow evening. I'm hitting the ground running to get started with. I'm doing a full weekend of it. You can check my stream schedule. I think it's pinned to my Twitter feed still. But yes, let's switch out the BGM. I hope this isn't too loud. It's not loud at all, it's just not happening. Ah, there it is. The glorious chip tune of the original Game Boy. Now, as real as this does look, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to break the fourth wall a little bit. This is not a real Game Boy. But I have put as much effort into it as possible to get the full original experience. Now, when it comes to Gen 1 Pokemon games, there are, of course, the 3 versions in English. Sorry, one moment. I have to turn this volume down. There, I'm just going to have it quiet for myself, but I'll turn it back up for the stream. Let me know if the volume's off, but I'm just going to have that playing softly in the background because chiptune is so basic in its sort of component makeup that you can turn the volume right down and you really don't miss anything. Anyway, the Generation 1 Pokemon games. There's Red, Blue and Yellow in English. And I was originally thinking of playing Pokemon Yellow. Because that is one that I have already played as a kitten. The thing with Pokemon Yellow is that all of the artwork, it was sort of a facelifted version. The artwork was redone to match the visual style of the anime, which had just come out, in fact. And I don't know, it all just looks a little bit too reskinned. It almost looks like they scanned in the drawn animated artwork and just sort of converted it into pixel form. Whereas I mean, you can see a few examples here. The original pixel artwork made before the anime really is something special. So we've settled on the red version, and then there was the question of the different ways to play it. There was the most colourful version would have been the Super Game Boy Enhanced version? No, it's the same version, but playing it on via the Super Game Boy, essentially. It was kind of touched up with a little bit of colour. Could you straighten my tie? It's flapping around. Yes, thank you. So on the Super Game Boy, it had a hint of color, and like the yellow version, it had that thing where the color palette would change depending on what town you're in. And each Pokemon, although still in, kind of monotone, just 4 different shades, they did have colors that matched their artwork. So there was the Super Game Boy method, there was the Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance method, which the colorization has no rhyme or reason in that one. It's just that foreground sprites are one color, backgrounds are another color. It doesn't really work. And then I thought, why not just experience it in all of its original glory, as it would have been on the original Game Boy? Sorry, let me just look in the mirror. I knew something would go wrong. One of my, I don't know if you could see them, my tongue piercings, let's call them. One of them keeps coming loose. I'm just going to look at myself in the mirror and I'm just going to take it out. One moment. Or reposition it, in fact. I'm still here. So, just to keep you interested, I'm going to try and keep talking. One of the challenges of being a puppet streamer is the reliability aspect. I know what it looks like, but there is not, in fact, contrary to the rumours, there is not a stick, there is not a hand inside me. Instead, I have a stick and mechanical internals. And you can probably already see where this is going. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this up before something does go wrong. So, I will actually show you. This will be interesting. I do have a cardboard alternative, which I'll just fade to now. So, this is my cardboard, how do you pronounce it? Punch tuber, PNG tuber. But as you can see, it's just a couple of photographs of me stuck to a piece of cardboard. This is my cardboard backup for if anything goes wrong. Which, fingers crossed, hopefully it won't. But we shall see, we shall see. Back to the real me, in the flesh, or in the fur. In the fur and cloth and balsa wood and all of the rest. Some part of me is bound to fail at some point. It will happen, it's just a matter of when. And there's only one of me, so if I should be midstream and something catastrophic happen, then I'm just going to have to revert to my cardboard backup while I take a rest. I hope you understand. It's streaming like this really is hard work. My lighting's very, very bright, isn't it? Teething troubles. One moment. Where's that button? You can see the ring light reflected in my eyes. Let me just turn it down a notch. 2 notches. Or 3. That's a little bit better. I'm a little bit less blown out. Anyway, one of my main skills is rambling on for absolutely fucking ages about nothing, which I have been doing already. I was looking up tips and advice for new streamers of, how to keep a stream interesting and how to be entertaining, things like that. And the #1 rule that it often said was just keep talking. Don't talk about the game, don't just read dialogue from the game. Keep talking about something interesting. Stay, explore different topics. A bit like a radio talk show, or something like that. And that is a piece of advice that I really did not need, because as you can tell already, I have absolutely no problem talking non-stop. Just a continuous stream of bollocks, 24/7. Maybe I will try a 24-hour stream sometime. I'll see how long I can keep going. That would involve a lot of alternating between my PNG backup and being actually on camera, because if I had to do this for 24 hours, I would not still be in one piece by the end of it. Anyway, this stream of consciousness, continuous prattle, is never going to stop, so I'm just going to start the game. If the game will... is it this button? It is! Okay. Let's just set the... Always change the text speed to fast before starting, otherwise you're just going to have a bad time. Let's start a new game. Yes, my name is Oak. Anyone who's played Pokemon before knows exactly how this goes. The world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. We know that. We've seen the franchise, we've seen the anime. We've played the games, most of us. I would say that really... It's probably safe to say that most gamers have played Pokemon at some point. The first version of Pokemon that I actually played as a kitten was Pokemon Gold. Right name. Now, I thought about this. I thought about this long and hard, no pun intended, about what kind of silly name I could use, but considering this is my first playthrough, I'm just going to put my actual name. Right, so your name is Cup. Now, I know that you can switch between uppercase and lowercase letters, but everything in the early Pokemon games, any time it was a person's name, or the name of an item, or the name of a Pokemon, a move, anything like that, it was written in all capitals. I guess the reason was probably storage limitations, although I have heard that it could also be a carryover from Japanese translation, because they use a different alphabet for words like this, and which is often likened to using capital letters, so that just sort of carried over. What are we going to call our rival? Now, I did think about calling him Blue, because canonically, as you go through the games, his name is Blue. But, oh, shall I give him... We could call... I mean, this is where Gary's name in the anime came from. It was the next option underneath Blue. And you probably saw in the main character screen that Ash was one of the suggested names. Do we go with the canonical Blue? Or do we give him a dumb name like Pissface, or just Arse? Fuck it, yeah. We're gonna go with Arse. There we go. Yeah, fuck it. Yes, we're going with Arse. That's the name. So, oh, now what was my grandson's name again? I can't remember, says Professor Oak. So, oh, and he's like, you don't remember my name? Oh, that's right, your name is Arse. What? No. It just asks me what his name is, and I can just say whatever I want. I haven't mentioned yet the rules of this playthrough. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know already that it's going to be a Nuzlocke playthrough. So just a moment, I'm going to bring up the rules and explain them a little bit. There we go. If I put that there, just while I'm talking about it. So this is going to be a Nuzlocke light playthrough. I've never played a Nuzlocke challenge before because when I'm on my own, I just lack the self-discipline to stick to a set of rules, to really commit to something. Rule number 1 of Nuzlocke, the common theme, is that if a Pokemon should faint in battle, then that Pokemon is considered dead. And the way that I'm going to handle that, some people will release the Pokemon into the wild, never to be seen again. But what I'm going to do is, instead, when the Pokemon dies, I'm going to put it into the PC box, and we're going to treat that as a kind of graveyard. So, Pokemon Graveyard PC box. The usual second rule of Nuzlocke is that you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in each area. I'm not going to be following that rule because I thought about it and I just don't think it would be very fun. I wouldn't find it very fun. One of the biggest and most fun parts of Pokemon is being able to choose my team. So I will be catching whatever Pokemon I see fit. One moment, I'm just going to take a sip of water. Need to hydrate, yo. You might have just seen my caretaker placing a glass of water down. That was nothing to do with me, I promise. Anyway, where was I? If Pokemon faints, it's died. Yes, the catching Pokemon rule. I'm going to catch whatever I want. The biggest challenge is still going to be there. But yes. So the second rule, again, to make things a little bit more fun, I've never naturally caught a shiny Pokemon from the wild. It's never happened. I saw one once, and it was while I was playing Pokemon Gold, which, as a kitten, as I say, I saw a wild Pokemon. It was a different colour to usual, and it had like a sparkly effect. And I thought my game was broken. I thought something was wrong with this. So I just fought it, and it fainted. And it was only later that I realised it was a shiny. So, aside from the red Gyarados, which obviously everyone catches, it's part of the story. Or you don't have to catch it, but, you know, it's too easy. Apart from the red Gyarados, I've never caught a shiny Pokemon. So to make that moment a little bit more special for me, should it happen in this stream, I'm going to give them a special quality. So shinies will have one use of their special power, and that will either be that the shiny Pokemon themselves can have one extra life, so if they faint, they can carry on battling. They can be revived once, essentially. Or they may use their power to sacrifice themselves to revive an already dead Pokemon. So, for example, if one of my Pokemon dies in battle, and it's one that I really, really liked and would love to bring back, if I manage to catch a shiny naturally from the wild, I'll use it to revive that Pokemon. Now, I've just realized one crucial flaw in this plan, and that is I have not checked whether shiny Pokemon exist in Generation 1 Pokemon games. That's a very important detail. I'll check later. And if they don't exist, I'll just remove this rule. So that's the way I'm going to play this. I've never played a Nuzlocke challenge before, as I mentioned. So, it's going to be interesting. Let's just move that up there so we can see the screen again. Back to the game. It's been more talking than game. I get used to it. I talk a lot. I'm going to keep talking a lot. What does Mum have to say? Right, all boys leave home someday. Yeah, oh, right, yes. Oh, Professor Oak's looking for you. But, of course, I know this game's back to front. Professor Oak's not in here. Arse is in here. Yo, Cap, Gramps isn't around. Yeah, he's gonna pop up as soon as I walk into the grass. Now, which starter Pokemon am I going to have? If I was playing this the normal way, I would go for Charmander. No question. It's just one of the most interesting. But, again, I've done my research. This is going to be a Nuzlocke Lite playthrough. If I were to choose Charmander, I would have a lot of issues with the first 2 gyms. I just wouldn't be able to use it. And there are no Pokemon that I can catch that are especially good against Brock. So, anyone you ask will tell you that Bulbasaur is the easy starter because it's super effective against Brock and Misty, the first 2 gyms. The other case for choosing Bulbasaur, or the other cases, there are multiple, is that there aren't really any good grass Pokemon. They all kind of suck, except for Venusaur, which is kind of the only good one, really. If we want a good fire Pokemon, there are a good few to choose from that we can catch from the wild. If we want good water Pokemon, we can catch good water Pokemon. There's no problems there. I want to get a Lapras at some point. So, it's going to be Venusaur. It kind of has to be. So let's do it. A strange seed, blah blah blah. Oh, actually, I think if you take a look at all of them, you get the Pokédex entries. I think. I'm going to look at all of them anyway. If nothing else, just so that we can appreciate the artwork. No, not Charmander. Bulbasaur. Height, 2 feet and 4 inches, 15 pounds. Excellent. Let's do it. The plant Pokemon Bulbasaur. Ah, yes, a Nuzlocke rule. I like the nickname every Pokemon rule, so I am going to be nicknaming every Pokemon. And the names I choose, we're going to go with a theme. I'm going to find, I'm going to scroll around Google Maps and look at English place names. So I'm opening Google Maps now. English place names are the silliest place names anywhere. So let's one moment. I'll set up a window capture and we'll look at Google Maps together. No, I won't. It's too much effort for right now. I'll stick a pin in that thought and come back to it later. Let's just zoom in on a random part of England. We've got Hilton, Edith Weston, Lefferham, Luffenham? No. I'll know when I see the name. Preston? No, there are too many dogs. Helpston? Helpston? What kind of peacock? Ognall? Langtoft. Langtoft. I like Langtoft. We're gonna go with Langtoft. I love English place names. Lang. No, too many G's. Lang. Toft. Langtoft. Did I spell that right? Let me. Langtoft. Yes, that's the correct spelling. Arse received a Charmander. Okay. Now for our first battle. This has the potential to go badly. We could be off to a bad start if we lose this one, so I think for this first battle, because I don't have any opportunity to level up or prepare for it, this will be the only exception to the Nuzlocke rule, because, let's be fair, if I die in this first battle, all I'll do is restart the game up to this point anyway. So off we go. It's just down to RNG, really. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Go, Langtoft! What is that? I'd never seen the back artwork for Bulbasaur before. Look at his face. Look at his eye. He looks really sad. He's like, oh, do I have to battle? Must I? Yes, Bulbasaur. Yes, Langtoft, you must. I'm going to open things up with a stat reduction. And then just tackle till it's over. Hopefully, Charmander will do himself over by doing a late stat reduction instead of this continuous damage. I'm going to lose. Ah, yes. A late stat reduction, but quite a significant one. Am I gonna lose my... Is it gonna... This is why I said this would be the exception to the rule, because... Yes, just keep using Growl. Just waste your turns. Oh, nearly there. No! That's... Oh, it's over. It's okay, though. You don't black out if you lose the first one. He's fine. See, he didn't even faint. It doesn't... Even the game knows that that one just shouldn't count. Raise your young Pokemon by making it fight. Be a good slave driver. Crack that whip. I like how, by the way, I like how they addressed that in, which version was it? Was it Pokemon Black and White, where they had the group of bad guys was, saying, oh, we shouldn't be so cruel to Pokemon, we should give them the choice, we shouldn't be forcing them to battle. And, the conclusion of that story was just, oh, it's okay. They like it. They like battling. They love their trainers. It's fine. It's consensual, even though it kind of isn't. You catch them from the wild. It really was just. They didn't really address the problem. They feigned addressing the problem and then just didn't. It's best just not to think about it, really. It's an RPG game, you know? So, this being the Nuzlocke challenge, or Nuzlocke Lite, with the main Nuzlocke rule, I'm going to play conservatively. I'm going to do it this way. For the most part, when I encounter wild Pokemon, I'm going to battle them for the experience, because I'm going to want my party to level up as much as possible, really. If I can enter any battle and just plow through it with minimum risk, that's going to be the best way to avoid any deaths. My early game plan, in terms of catching, building my party, is going to be a Nidoran. I'll just run. I'm just going to get the... I literally just said, oh, I'm going to battle every wild Pokemon, and then didn't. I'm sure that will be a recurring theme in this and future streams. Will be hollow promises. I'm going to promise things and say, oh, I always do this. And then I'll not do that. Oh yes, the Pokemart. Sorry, when you see me walking into things, it's because I'm multitasking. I keep looking at other things. Oh, hey, you're from Pallet Town. Oh, yes, the Professor Oak's parcel. Yeah. How's my tongue piercing holding up? Yes, it's staying put now. I had considered a piece of felt or something to cover up these pins, but I don't know. I think I'd miss them. Plus, you know, it kind of it hints to a bit of hidden cheeky rebelliousness, don't you think? I'm not all I seem. I might be well-spoken with a straight tie, but it's all a facade, I can assure you. Oh, you're so talented as a trainer. You were able to walk all the way there and back and bring me a box. Ah, shit, is he gonna battle me again? I should have leveled up more. Oh no, it's just a Pokedex. It's fine. Blah blah blah. High-tech encyclopedia. Actually, it's just a big book. Blah blah. Fulfill my dream for me. I'm too old. I'm gonna die soon. The first time I played, which one was it? Pokemon Yellow? I didn't get the town map. I kept wondering... By the way, my mic was muted just then. I really hope it was muted, because if it wasn't... you'll have just heard the most disgusting burp. Anywho, yes, the first time I played Pokemon Yellow, I didn't get the town map. I went through half the game with no map, thinking, when do I get the map? And I'm pretty sure I spoke to an NPC who said something like, "Oh, if you check your town map, you'll see this thing." And I was like, "What town map? I don't have one." And I actually asked my friend in school, and he said, "Oh yes, you get the map at the beginning, don't you?" And I said, "Where? I still don't have it." He said, "Oh, you talked to that girl in the house. You know, Gary's sister." I was like, "Really?" I went and spoke to her, and she was like, "Oh yes, here's the map. Well, what just happened? You saw it." But I had gone through most of the game with no map somehow. Still, it's funny what you put up with back then when we had no access to the internet. I'm going to sound like a right boomer. I'm not a boomer, though. I'm technically a millennial at heart. That's as much as I'll say, though, on that matter. Is that I'm a millennial. That's the end of it. You'll get no more info. I need to pay... Oh, fuck. I need to pay a little bit more attention to the game, I think. No, down to half health. Half health is danger territory for Nuzlocke. I'm going to go and heal up, and then I'm going to train my Bulbasaur to at least level 6. I mean, come on. Haven't leveled up once yet. Run away. I can't wait for you to see it. I can't wait to encounter a Golbat. That's my favourite Generation 1 artwork. They're also cursed. Yes, yes. Heal him up, heal him up. Amazing. Okay, let's get him leveled up a little bit. Also, before I do, I'm going to go and grab some Pokeballs in case I encounter a Nidoran. Let's start with 5, shall we? One of the things I looked up when I was researching this game, I had to look up the list of known bugs, because some of the bugs are pretty bad, but things like the chance of catching a wild Pokemon, weakening them doesn't actually do all that much, to be honest. There are some Pokemon that... Oh, jeez, this is a risky battle already. There are some wild Pokemon where you would do far better just opening with throwing a Pokeball immediately. Ah, shit. I'm off to a really bad start on this. Right, I'm going back to Route 1. Gonna do some leveling. I suppose that is the thing with any variety of Nuzlocke, is there's going to be a lot of grinding. So I imagine I'll be doing some off-stream grinding where required. Let's just focus on the game for a moment. Get Lang... What was his name? Langtoft? Let's go. Langtoft. I might actually, just tackle. Just do it. Actually win something for a change. His first level. Praise be. Now, where did that... did that leave his health? He can do another one before we go back to the Pokemon Center, otherwise it's just going to be Pokemon Centers all day. Ooh, squeaky, squeaky. Would you look at the eyes on that Pidgey? Or you could only see the one eye. Jesus Christ. Not pretty, is it? I thought Gust was... I thought Flying type was super effective against grass. Is Gust a normal type move in Generation 1? It might be. This is the thing, see, with Generation 1, they were still ironing out the kinks. One of the most notable errors is that, is it Ghost Pokemon? The Ghost type... Again, I'm probably misremembering. The Ghost type is supposed to be super effective against Psychic type. But they mucked up and made it so that it doesn't affect the Psychic type. Boom, 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 boom. So, it does actually mean that the Psychic type is somewhat overpowered. As such, I will be catching an Abra and leveling it up until it's an Alakazam. Oh yes, it's just hit me, I just remembered the special stat. Have you heard about the special stat in Generation 1? What an absolute mess. I mean... what an absolute mess, really. Let's go to school, shall we? Let me tell you about the special stat. So, in every other Pokemon game since, we've had special attack and special defense, which makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Special attack is how much damage you do with special moves. Special defense is your defense against special moves. Plain and simple. In Generation 1... Oh, Leech Seed this early. Wow, I'm keeping that. That's going to help with Nuzlocke. Imagine Leech Seed and the leftovers. The leftovers item. You can't have items in Gen 1. Never mind. I got excited then. What was I saying? The special stat. So, the higher the special stat, the more damage you deal with special moves. But also, the more damage you take from special moves. So, essentially, the higher the special stat, you could give more damage and also take more damage from special moves. It's really, really bad. So, the best way to be is to have a Pokemon that uses non-special moves, so uses its normal attack stat, and has as low a special stat as possible, so that you essentially have high defense against special moves. And whether a move is special or not is determined by its type. So, like, normal is not special. I think grass might be. I could be wrong. But, I think the fire type is just normal attack. It's a non-special one, that. You'd think it would be special. I'll look them up. I've got a list of things to research after this stream. Speaking of which, I'll probably be doing about I don't know. It's coming up to an hour now, and maybe I'll go for another hour. I will have to take a break though. I might have to take a PNG tuber break. Or oh shit, I'm talking to her again. Sorry. You know, I've always thought the way that she says, "We hope to see you again," was kind of dark when you think about it. When you go to the hospital, or the veterinarian, how would you feel if they said, "Hope to see you again soon"? Like, what, you hope I get injured or sick soon? Really? It's not that kind of service, you know? Break a leg! Oh, Langtoft, you're doing so well. The other thing is that the more I level him up, the easier it will be to level him up, because, like, dealing more damage, I could just plow through wild Pokemon. No effort at all. Speaking of which, I'm going to move this show over to the slightly higher level area where where you can encounter Nidoran. And I'm going to catch myself one. Then we get to look at silly English place names again for another name. Bum 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 bum. Just vibing to the battle music. I've been humming this to myself all day. Okay, we're in danger territory. We're below half. I'm going to go to the Pokemon Center. I think I had already decided that. It's just that we encountered that one additional Pidgey. So, if you're watching back this VOD, I would really appreciate a bit of feedback. Have you ever seen anyone like me before? Have you ever seen a puppet tuber? In my my research phase, I couldn't find anyone. I did find some, you know, accounts online of people who had made some content using puppets, as in, you know, some videos on Twitter and so on. Obviously, on YouTube. There are YouTube channels with puppets in them, but they're all pre-recorded. They don't tend to do live streams, especially in this kind of format. So it would be, if you do find anyone, by the way, if you find any examples of anyone else doing this, essentially, please let me know. I'd love to meet them. No drama, as the yobbos tend to say. No drama if someone has already done this first. I would love to meet them. I'm not going to claim some kind of crown and then be upset if it turns out that someone else has already done this first. As such, I'm also going to be interested in collaborating with VTubers. I already have... Oh! I've just remembered the name of... there's a... one particular VTuber who has also has a puppet form. Oh, I've just realised this is a Nidoran. I was just talking, not paying attention. Let's see if we get this one. Oh, that was fast. Doesn't it normally jiggle 3 times? Or does it just skip straight to the, yeah, you caught it, whatever. Of course we want to nickname him. What should we call him? I'll bring up my Google Maps and look at some silly place names. Mayfield, Swinstead, Graby. Graby. It's like gravy in Japanese. Gravy. Perfect. Couldn't be better. We're gonna do some leveling for Graby. I'd like to get them both to level 14 because that's when they start learning their first useful moves. I got sidetracked. Where was my train of thought? Where's it gone? I was... Yes! Puppet Dude. Rest... What? Let me check. He was pretty cool. We had a brief chat. Preston McDog. So on Twitter, he's at Preston McDog. He's a pretty cool Muppet. If I'm honest, it would be interesting to live stream sometime. I'm always open to it. Anyone and everyone. If you fancy collaborating, I'm open-minded. I'm open to anything, even if it's destined for absolute disaster. So I've also been asked to play like first-person shooters. I don't know. I mean, use your imagination. A Game Boy game like this one I'm playing right now, and just seriously, in case there's any doubt, just to prove the game is not pre-recorded, we're gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, right, down, left, up. There we go. That it really is me doing that. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna tackle. Should I growl for... No, he's level 8. I'll just go straight for the tackles. I've lost my train of thought again. When I've got a bit more of a chat going on, I'm sure chat can remind me what the hell I'm talking about. We're going to get a level 14, useful moves. What was I talking about before that? Oh yeah, first-person shooter games. So, use your imagination. A Game Boy game, such as this, it's not an exciting action game. It's not very fast-paced. And the controls are basically just the D-pad and 2 buttons. Or 4 buttons if you count start and select as well. Very easy for someone... excuse me. Very easy for someone with no thumbs to play. But... I don't know, first-person shooters, if I'm going to be playing them like this, then it's going to be very, very badly. Hilariously badly. Don't expect any skill of any kind. But I could do it in cardboard mode. But I just feel like that would probably defeat the point. I like being in puppet mode. I'll be able to two-shot a level 4 Rattata once I get to level 10. Well done, Langtoft. Okay, I'm going to put Graby in front. And we're going to go to the easier area and start leveling him a little bit. And then it might actually be prudent to take a little break because I've been going for a solid hour. I'm not an experienced streamer. So I think I've done pretty well so far. Just to keep going without anything breaking. Most importantly, touch wood. I'm touching myself right now. That's touching wood. Not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter immediately. This... I wasn't paying attention. Our first casualty. I really have to focus on what's going on, otherwise this is just going to happen more and more. Okay. I suppose this will serve as first example of what happens when we have to deal with a casualty. Someone's PC? Oh, sure, yes, save. I should save more often. Shall we say, sure, box 1, whatever. Box 1 can just be the graveyard box. Here lies Graby. We didn't know him all that well, or for that long. But But in the time that we did know him, he was definitely a, Nidoran. Yeah. I'll have to catch another one. We live and learn. I was just mashing the A button and just not paying attention at all. I should have switched him out. Just vibing. Okay, there's our next victim. New team member. Oh, I don't have that. Oh, I do have that one. Okay. Do we want to give a nickname to Nidoran? Let's consult the map. If I wanted to be lazy, I could just call him Graby II, but I won't do that. I'm going to take a look at Google Maps again. Slapton. Slapton. It's probably pronounced, like, if you ask the locals, they'll probably pronounce it Slayton or something. But we're going with Slapton. He's the one that slaps. Heal them up. Mash the B button. If you use the B button to skip dialogue, that's a surefire way to not accidentally reactivate the conversation. Right, let's put Slapton in front. Welcome to the team, Slapton. What's that? What happened to the last Nidoran who joined the team? Don't worry, he got eaten by a wild rat. There was nothing we could have done. Straight off the bat, I'm gonna swap those moves around. But then I'm going to switch to Langtoft. I need to remember not to jump up that high. I don't want you to see too much. I don't want to show my stick on the first stream. It's Nope, too much. You'll see no more. No fan service yet. No. None of that. You have to earn it. You have to earn the fan service by... Yes, I'm going to say it. You have to earn the fan service by liking this video, subscribing, commenting, all the good things. You could... if you hate this video, click dislike. It doesn't matter anymore. YouTube decided that people aren't allowed to dislike things. I kind of zoned out for a moment there. What did I... Oh, good, yes. Slapton's fine. This is the thing, see, because I'm talking so much and going off on these trains of thought, I keep forgetting what I'm doing in the game. That's how we had our first casualty. Alright, okay, we could do this one. Let's throw out a Leer first. How much damage will he take from a gust? Not much at all. I think we can take this bitch. Yeah, we can take him. Unless he gets critical hits like that. Come on, do or die. Do or die! Ah, yeah! I won't be so reckless in future. Level up as well. Oh, I hope that special stat stays the fuck down. Special stat is so... just... it's a joke. I would say Pokemon Gold. If you wanted a good introduction to the old Pokemon games, I would say play Gold or Silver. Because they really had ironed out the kinks by then, and it's a decently balanced game with some actual thought put into it. Not that there wasn't... not to diss this first generation of Pokemon. They started something good, you know? This was from zero. They started with nothing, and they gave us this. That deserves a round of applause, if nothing else. You know what? Unless it's just not... Oh, excuse me again. Unless it's just not working. The push to mute button that I bound for Discord was a very good choice. Let's say that much. Because all of those espresso martinis are kind of... they're messing with my stomach a little bit. Let's heal back up, and we'll get back to it. You know, I was talking about my rehearsal streams. I've done 2 rehearsal streams, which is how I got a lot of this ironed out. I ironed out a lot of issues. But I also rehearse by... I talk to myself a lot. Particularly if I'm on the road, if I'm traveling, and there's no one else with me, no one else who can hear me talking. Other people outside the car may just assume that I'm talking to someone on speakerphone. But I mean, does anyone else do that? Do you rehearse conversations, social situations to yourself? Or am I just insane? But I've been rehearsing things that I'm going to talk about on stream, which I haven't even touched on yet. Because I can't remember any of them. I remember I was sitting on the, cruising on the motorway, thinking, oh yes, I've got this down, I'll have plenty to talk about. Okay, right, hold on. I'm gonna risk one more attack. Yes, we've got it. The risk paid off. And now I'm going to go back to the Pokemon Center and heal. Yeah, so I was on the road and I was thinking, oh, I'll have lots to talk about. This huge mental bank of topics. And now, of course, as soon as the camera is on, it's all gone. Just hollow brain, hollow skull. It's like being put on the spot, saying, okay, you're live now. Start talking. All those things you'd prepared, they're, just recall one of those, but they've disappeared. I think it's those nerves I was talking about. Anyway, I think... Oh, Pidgey's doing some damage. After the... Ooh, that was too much for comfort. I'm going straight back to the Pokemon Center after this one. No, that's not worth the risk. Langtoft is coming out to finish this one off. There we go. So I'm going to pop back to the Pokemon Center. And I'm just going to take a couple of minutes. Just a quick break to recuperate, check a couple of things. Get up and stretch, that kind of thing. What music shall I leave you with? Shall I leave you with this or the BGM? I'll leave you with this while I switch to my little BRB card. I'll see you in a mo. Yo, 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 is this thing on? It is now. Just a moment, I seem to have bumped my camera. And now it's all out of line and shit. That's good, isn't it? I knew something would go wrong. Do we have... Yes, okay, right. If I turn that on... Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm back. I was just, attending an idol meeting. Don't know if you know what that is or not. Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get back to the game. I know so far it's just grinding, but I get used to this. It's going to be grinding, it's going to be leveling up, it's going to be me prattling on about all kinds of, just every kind of nonsense. What? My push to mute button is not working. Why? Why would it not? Okay. There's some fuckery is going on. One moment. Can't mute my audio. You can... This is not going to be one of those clip moments where it's like, oh, he thought his microphone was muted. He said some stuff. Icon has pushed to mute, please. No. Clearly it's muting Discord. Amazing. Streamer mode is off. It's a disaster, ladies and gentlemen. It was bound to happen at some point, wasn't it? First stream teething troubles and all that. Why? The hotkey is bound. Key combinations shared with what? What are you talking about? Okay, the hotkeys have gone mental. Can we not have that anymore? Let's cover up there. And then we'll uncover up again. No, that's the same scene. That's cool, isn't it? Yes. Alright, guess anytime I need to make a gross dad noise, I'll just have to manually go and click the mute button. Because my keybinds are not working anymore. Maybe you want the dad noises for authenticity or something, I don't know. Authenticity. Authentic dad. Authentic dad cat. How do you like the LCD screen filter that I'm using, by the way? Or screen shader, I should say. It does look a lot like the original Game Boy, although it is still an improvement. The response time on this is very, very much improved over the original. If this was using the original response time, we'd be having a bad time. It would be, anytime I'm moving around like this, it would be extremely blurry and just kind of unwatchable. It would hurt your eyes. And if there's one thing I learned from my rehearsal streams, it's that about an hour and a half to 2 hours is about my limit, if I'm honest. How are we doing that? He took a little bit of a hit there. Let's do one more. Like with the Bulbasaur, the higher level it reaches, the easier it'll be to level up, because I can just plow through wild Pokemon like cannon fodder. By the way, I should mention that, as is the case for a lot of British people, I live on a street where drunks tend to walk past late at night, and right now it's, what time is it? It's 11:34. It's kicking out time for a few of the pubs down the road. And so the patrons who have been kicked out are taking their party onto the street. They're walking home, singing songs, making merry, and giving passers-by some unwanted attention, as drunks tend to do. Nobody likes it, nobody wants it. So if you do hear some rowdiness, I apologize in advance. So, one of the reasons I want to get my party up to level 14 is there's an encounter with your rival, so with us, in our case. If you step onto the route that takes you to the Indigo Plateau, obviously we can't get there right now because we don't have any badges. But if you start heading that way, Arse will appear. And he says, "Oh, has your party gotten any stronger?" Turns out, his party has gotten a lot stronger. Level 12, I think, his first Pokemon is that fights you. That, right now, that would wipe out my party. I don't want that to happen. So, if I can get them both up to 14, I might be able to take it. I think I'll even do the first gym before I attempt that. Which is Brock, in case you didn't know. The rock type. I do have a Bulbasaur already. If I can get him up to a high enough level that he learns his first grass move, that's going to help me a lot in defeating the Gym of Pewter City. And spoilers, Viridian City, which we are in at the moment, does have a gym. It's a ground-type gym, but you can't go there yet, and I think it's the last gym you do in the game. Let me know, by the way, whether it's in the comments or through Twitter. I'm quite active on Twitter. I'm checking it all the time, so that's the best way to get hold of me. My DMs are open. I enjoy saying hello to people. Don't be scared, I don't bite. Unless I have written consent. That's an important thing. In the in the Discord server that I set up, I don't like making lists of rules, you see. I've joined a lot of Discord servers where they'll have like 20 rules, 20 specific things like rule number 8, don't be racist. Rule number 9, don't be homophobic. Rule number 10, don't be really mean to other people. And I'm like, I've always just... I feel like that's unnecessary. What are people going to do? Is someone going to join a Discord server and you know, say something terrible and then say, oh, well, there wasn't a rule saying that I couldn't do that? That's not an excuse. So, often when I run these things, I make the rules very simple. I remember years ago when I ran my first public Minecraft server, the one and only rule on the board of rules near the spawn point was rule number 1, don't be a dick. Because I really feel like that just encompasses everything. And the explanation attached to that was kind of, you know, hello, welcome to my server, we're all here to have fun. Be nice. And don't be a dick. If someone starts giving other people a hard time and making other people upset, then I would get involved and talk it out with them and say, okay, how can we resolve this? What's the issue? Are you just being a nasty so-and-so? Or perhaps there was some misunderstanding. Since then, my philosophy has expanded a little bit more. I feel like I should add more than just the don't be a dick rule. So rule 2 now is often about consent. Which again is a very broad rule that encompasses a lot. So, for example, do you want a PvP fight with someone? If that's the kind of thing you want to do, ask them. Say, hey, do you want to PvP? And if they say no, then their answer has been given. They don't want to do it, so don't do it. If you want to form a little village with someone, go up to them and say, hey, friend, is it okay if I build here? And if they're cool with that, then great. Enjoy your time together. If they say, well, I would rather have this small island to myself that I found here, then fair enough. Just be nice and go build somewhere else. Don't encroach on their space. It's all simple human decency stuff, really. Because when you write a long list of rules, in my experience, and if you try to stick strictly to those rules, you get people who dance around them. You get people who say, oh, you can't ban me because the rule says this. And actually, what I did, technically, this rule doesn't apply to. So by having my vague and very simple rules, I can just say, come on, man. Like, I've asked you to stop. Could you stop, please? And if after having that chance and they say, oh, well, you know, there's no rules, or they start trying to go for technicalities again, then like that's it. They just they get Banhammer comes out. So that's what it's like on my Discord server. There's just the, you know, be nice, have a try to create an atmosphere where everyone has fun. An atmosphere that's conducive to fun and social well-being and that sort of thing. And then rule number 2, and there are only 2 rules, is just the rule of consent. Which is, you know, if you're not sure about something, just ask. If you have assumed something, and someone says, sorry, I'm not comfortable with that, then stop it. It's 2 simple rules for life, really, not just Discord and Minecraft. But even so, you know, I'm not going to be. I would never be super militant about the consent rule. It's, you know, if certain things can be just socially assumed and someone assumed wrongly, then accept that you've made a mistake and say sorry. And, you know, again, it just comes down to normal decency. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is just random, aimless prattle. All I mean is, what was the Bill and Ted phrase? It was party on, dudes, and it was be good to each other, but I can't remember the exact line. Anyway, words to live by. Feel free to stop me if I'm ranting. You know the name Ratata? I've always thought that it's kind of onomatopoeic. You know this sound? Hang on. The sound of fleeing from a wild Pokemon. Oh, loud motorbike man has decided to ride past. This sound, listen. Yeah, that, it's like... Rat-a-tat-tat. It's a bit strange how the first generation of Pokemon have retained their calls, as in like the original Game Boy sound effect Pokemon calls, whereas Pokemon from the newer generations have they all have calls that kind of reflect the generation of handheld console that they came out on, and they never bothered updating any of them. But the artwork is new and updated every single game. I've always thought that was a little bit inconsistent, you know? Oh, excuse me, I slipped then. I need to find good footing. Anyway, how are we doing? They're both level 9. They're doing pretty well. Let's go and see Viridian Forest. No real harm can come of that. Let's at least get to Pewter City before... Oh, we didn't get to see that old man lying on the path. I feel like I've missed out now. But anyway, he can teach you how to catch Pokemon. The old man. He just catches a Weedle. He's like, oh, I'll show you. Pokemon catching tutorial. Here we go. What do we do? What's the technique? The technique is Pokeball. Wow, very informative. We learned a lot today. I always thought that this little sequence here, I always imagine it as being just an excuse to use something that the game developers worked on. So they obviously programmed in the ability to show a Pokemon battle from someone else's perspective. They even made they even made this back graphic. Hold on. No, we're not in a hurry. Yes, let's do it again. See, look at that. That took up space on the cartridge. They made this whole back graphic for this one old man just to use it in this one scene. But as I say, it's like they programmed in the ability to not only to switch out who the trainer is, like who you are, so it's from the perspective of the old man here, but they also programmed in a way to, for it to automatically play through a pre-recorded battle, as it were. And someone was so proud of this, they had to find a way to use it, and so here it is. And then afterwards he just adds, oh, by the way, you should weaken them. But he doesn't show you that, he just tells you afterwards. He could have just told you. Oh, you don't know how to catch Pokemon? Just throw a Pokeball. Now, you see this character here? I've always wondered, are those fairy wings? Or do they have their arms outstretched to the side? Because, see, when they turn, it's like they have wings or a cape or something. From this angle, it's not a cape. They only have, like, bits on the side. From that angle, it's at the back again. Are they pigtails? Ribbons? Whoa, that was bizarre. Did you see them sidestep then? I think I can see it now. I think they're... I think it's supposed to be... It's supposed to be a little girl with pigtails. Yes, they're pigtails. I can see them now. I've always thought... See, look from this angle. I've either thought that they were sort of fairy wings or kind of outstretched arms. Anyway. This reminds me of the first time I was over a friend's house, and are you a trainer? No, he's not a trainer. Oh, he is. I hope he doesn't just wipe my party now. Anyway, the first time I was over his house, and he showed me, what was it? Halo 2? Halo? It was a version of Halo anyway, and it was when 3D games first had bump mapping. That's the thing. The thing that sort of gives like a very highly detailed texture that responds to... Oh, sorry, I'm just mashing the A button without looking again. a bumpy surface that responds to light angles. And he was like, come on, it's over here. We need to shoot the aliens in this direction. And I just kept lagging behind and stopping and looking really closely at the planks we were walking on. And going, wow, look at the graphics. It's amazing. And he's just going, come on, Cup. We have to go. Time's running out. And I was going, okay, sorry, it's just so amazing. But, I mean, that's what happened back there. I saw a detail and I just fixated on it. It's not the first time it's ever happened, and it won't be the last time it happens either. It's not very effective. Slapton's getting pretty tough now. Sure, let's switch to Langcroft, whose Pokemon icon is literally just a flower. That one looks more like, what is it, Genghis Khan? Kangaskhan, that's the one. And that's literally just a flower. There's no Pokemon that looks like that. Anyway, Langcroft, let's try out your Leech Seed. Because all Kakuna can do is harden. Fun fact, Kakuna and Metapod originally were going to have opposite names. This one was going to be called Metapod. And Metapod was going to be called something like... I can't think now. It was a prototype poster. It was going to be called just Cocoon or something, spelled with C's. The way the normal word cocoon is spelled, but they decided to swap them around, and Kakuna got spelled with K's. I guess to make it sound a bit spikier or something. And Magnemite is just called it's just called Coil or something. Level 10, let's go. Oh, here's the other... going back to one of the very first things I was talking about when I started playing this game. Why I chose to play it this way instead of the some of the ways that have additional colour. So the Super Game Boy version, for some of the battle effects, instead of having 4 shades of grey, they're actually simplified into just black and white, which makes them look worse. And there are a lot of sprites, actually, that just get simplified to pure black and white with no grey in them. Which means you actually lose detail. Whereas in this version, you get to use your imagination a little bit. Sorry, I'll be right back, just a sec. Anyway, here I am. You get to use your imagination. It's like when it comes to chiptune music, like the music for the Game Boy, you fill in the gaps with your imagination. What's actually a simple square wave you can imagine is a whole orchestra or a band or Do you know what I mean? So, in this one, graphically, we only have 4 shades of grey in the whole game, or we have like black, white, and 2 shades of grey. 4 colours in total, if you can call them colours. And you can fill in the colours with your imagination. So in a way, it feels more detailed. We're in the... well, not the teens, but beyond 10. Oh yes, Forest? Viridian Forest has Pikachu, but it's quite rare. So we'll see. If a Pikachu should appear, I might try and catch it. Can't find a potion. But for my electric Pokemon, I've kind of decided I want to go for a Jolteon. Slapton is such a dumb name. But that horn attack, that's quite strong. Something I've been thinking of trying is sort of what do you call them? Conversation prompts. Like hypothetical questions. Like, would you rather have the power of flight or the power to read minds? I think perhaps for my Morning Glory stream, which will be, by the way, in the morning at 10 a.m. So it's just hit midnight UK time. And so in 10 hours from now, I'll be doing another stream. And the reason for the 10 a.m. stream after this 10 p.m. stream is just to cater to different time zones. I felt like I wanted to do a bit of a spread to get some feedback. Because I don't want to leave anyone out. I know that right now, if you're watching live from the US, it's fine. It's sort of Friday afternoon, evening. But east of here, so like Malaysia, Japan. I think Japan is 6. It would be 8 a.m. by now. It's 8 a.m. Saturday morning. No one's gonna be Nobody wants to watch a puppet live streamer at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, let's be honest. Or 6 a.m. especially. It's 6 a.m. is when I started. Anyway, we seem to have reached... Is this Pewter City? I think we've reached Pewter City. Yes, because there's the gym. And there's the Museum of Science. There's a man around here somewhere who drags you along. No, I did not check out the museum. Here we go. He's like, well, you must come along, have a look. Bye. And then there's another bloke over here who drags you along to the gym. If you have the right stuff, go take on Brock. And then he walks over there to the fence. Where did he go? Anywho. Yeah, so we've made it to Pewter City. We've done a bit of grinding. I think I'm going to backtrack to do that, the rival battle. Or I might just pass it up, I don't know. But I think the first gym is around level 12 or thereabouts, so I want to be well clear of that before attempting to battle him. This is the thing, you see, with the Nuzlocke challenge, is I want the levels of my Pokemon to far exceed those that I go up against to remove any risk of death. Because I especially don't want to lose my Bulbasaur. Did I already do this? Am I doing that thing again where I'm just not paying attention? Yeah. Jigglypuff. That's not a... What Pokemon is this? That's clearly a Ooh, that's a tongue twister. It's clearly a Clefairy. I want to write that as a tongue twister. Clearly the Clefairy claps its clattering cloister of clams. I'll work on it. And that's where the Jigglypuff song came from for the anime. The more you know. Okay, rude. Although, oh, was I the rude one? Am I the... what is it? Hashtag AITA. Yes, I think so. Dude was on the phone, and I just walked up to him. No. Spraying repel. Stone Grey City. I like how each of these town names are named after colours. Anyway. It's been a couple of hours. I think I'm going to leave it there. I am going to do some to-do list. Some off-stream grinding. Just to level these guys up. I'm going to go down here. And this is where you'll find me doing some leveling. I'm just going to level them up a bit. I'll go for their targets of at least 14 so that they learn some cool new moves. I'll do some research. I'll find out if shinies even exist in Pokemon Red. What was the other thing I was going to research? Did I write this down? Do shinies exist? And... nope, can't remember. I'll check the VOD anyway. I'll watch this back. I'll skip back and see what it was I said. I suppose that's the advantage of being recorded, so I can just check back and be like, yo, what did I say? Oh, hey, Strawn. I've only ever seen your name written down. I still don't know how to pronounce it properly. But I'm going to go with Strawn. Is that right? Anyway, in terms of timing, I've been streaming for a couple of hours now. I'm just about to wrap things up. I'm physically quite tired, to be honest, but hey, watch back the VOD. It's gonna stay on YouTube. That's about right. Good. I'll stick with Strawn. But yeah, watch back the VOD. Let me know what you think, and I will be streaming again in exactly 10 hours from now, at what is going to be 10 a.m. my time. I just woke up. Yeah, it's sort of 9 a.m. or something where you are, I'd imagine. But yes, 10 hours from now, I'll be doing my Morning Glory stream. Between now and then, I'm going to do some leveling up. Just to recap, I chose Langtoft as my starter Pokemon. I'm naming these after silly English town names. Langtoft is a Bulbasaur. I've got Slapton. That was another English village. And so far, I've had one casualty, which was... let's go find him. Morning Glory, yes. Morning Glory had other meanings before it meant what you think it means. Get your mind out of the gutter immediately. But let's take a look. In the PC Box graveyard, we have Graby. Graby is another English village name. But I was in the middle of a rant. I was prattling on about nothing. I wasn't paying attention to the game, and Graby died. So, first casualty already. Let's save it there. Good thing about the first generation Pokemon games is it's just, do you want to save? Yes. Done. Not, warning after warning of, oh, careful, you're going to overwrite your old save. Anywho. I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's go back to this screen. And my BGM. And I'll catch you again soon. I'll be 10 a.m. tomorrow, 10 p.m. and then 10 p.m. on Sunday as well. Just to hit the ground running. See you next time. Bye.